All right, y'all. We are back. I don't have a half empty glass of wine because I made myself a ghetto hot toddy today.
Not a
But
ghetto one.
yeah. It's a little Jetwa hot toddy, I should say. But that means that you are here for another episode of Sports Talk with a Queer Twist, and of course, I am Kenny Ray, and I'm here with my lovely local lesbian, non-sexual lover, Afton.
I get that introduction today.
I just making shit up every week.
Too funny.
Yeah.
funny.
Is it like most of my life, if most people may or may not realize, I'm making this shit up as I go. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Just a play with no rehearsal. That's all this shit is. Yeah.
That's life, right?
Period.
Oh man, so how's your week been?
Busy.
Mm.
Very busy. I had to fly to Kingsport, Tennessee, which is outside of Bristol.
I was gonna say, where the fuck is that?
Yeah, and keep saying that because it's nowhere. Nah, I was there for work. And yeah, I mean, like lovely people. I don't want to shit on your town, but by chance there's anybody that happens to be within the sound of my voice that is remotely connected to that area. The people were very nice. However, it was east, but like backwoods. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee.
You
Yeah.
didn't go out after 9 o'clock. You're saying?
Look at my face. I did have an interesting thought, actually. I'm not going to get to it. This is not, because again, I vowed that this show would not turn political because I just don't care anymore. But I did have that thought when I got there, and I was like, I don't feel safe here. And then I thought to myself, I was like, wait, am I exaggerating? Am I in a bubble? Am I absolutely safe here? And it's just the preconceived notions that I have about this area and these people, the same way that they think Atlanta is just this marauding hellscape with nothing but gangs running around looking to kill you in the streets, because that's what they think of us. I know that because that's what they told me when I was there.
Wow. That part.
Oh yeah, people stuck in that box, but they truly think that like cities like Atlanta are like some kind of like dystopian hellscape, and like there's just gangs just out and about. Like, don't ask them what gangs means. I know I know what they meant, but I just felt like, they've all been nice to me this whole ordeal, so I'm just gonna let them be who they are, or whatever.
Right. You came and went, and you came back successful.
Damn, Skippy, you flew in Tuesday night. Flew in Tuesday night. Was out by Wednesday at 4:00. Hello.
Man, no, it's Atlanta, it's a weird place. I was out of water for like a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was another water main break. But other than that, just working. My boss has been on my ass, so I was just trying to navigate that.
Good. You need some structure.
So yeah, that's I'm looking forward to today.
Well, yeah, me too, for sure. All right. Well, we should have a fun show today. Not only because I put gin in this coffee, but we'll see who's got the nerve to be fine with Afton. True Fear's got some shit to do. We get to see where I fucked up last week, because I don't do predictions, and I just step on limb and did them, and I'll probably do on this show as well. But but I got some right, got some horribly wrong. We'll let Afton fill me in on that. We'll have Afton ask, because y'all ain't been asking questions yet, but that's fine. You'll warm up to me eventually. And yeah, and we'll just have a good time, and I'll say. So who got the nerve, Afton? What you got for me?
Well, who got the nerve this week? I'm going on Traders. Because that premiered last week. If
Yes.
y'all are not on it, you're missing Alan Cumming at his best.
It was a very good premiere. They lost me a little bit, like for season 2, but they've got me back.
Yes. And then this cast is interesting. So we're gonna go with the males this week.
Okay.
So Bob Harper from Biggest Loser.
Yes. Now
Who
I never
later
saw.
he
I
came
never
out
watched
in
that
life
show.
later. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I never watched that show. So I don't know a lot about it. I
Okay.
mean, I understand the gist of it. I didn't realize he was 59. Good for him. He looks great.
Right?
Like, good for him. Goals. I don't know what you mean came out later in life because he's clearly a lady. But
Well, he did now.
because he was the last one to find out. I don't know.
But yeah, he's giving like old daddy vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got the tattoos and everything.
Like Silver Fox, I'm here for it.
Okay. Here's a sweaty one. And people are here for it. Some people are not. Come on, Scandal.
Yeah, because I fall into the camp of not here for it. Like he is. I mean, he's obviously a very good looking person, but like that intensity, like
it's the Botox.
Yeah, and on top of that, because my eyes are intense, but the face ain't moving. Like
it is always sweaty.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know what? I feel like this is what turned me off about it was that I just feel like that's a face that you see at 3 a.m. in the morning and you look out the people with somebody knocking at your door that you don't want to see. Like, that's the face of a person that knocks at your door at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, thank you.
No, thanks, son. Okay. So
No,
this is a toss-up.
Now, like, if you could just clean them and like, and don't have them talk or move or just like, I do, like, it's fun to look at.
Yeah, he needs to go to the car wash once or twice. You know what I mean? So,
now what is he from? What is he from though?
Vanderpump.
Okay, that's another one I never really watched. So that's why I don't know of him. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So the last two are a toss-up. So I was thinking Dylan Efron, which is Zac Efron's brother.
Yes. The gays tend to be into him. I see him all over like little gay news websites and whatnot. He's a good looking guy. Yes.
Okay, but versus Sam Zagari, which is Britney Spears. Why you make that face?
Because what's his name? Sam Agari. Okay, the reason I make that face is because I've actually seen him in person a lot.
Really?
Yes, because when he was, he puts actor by his name because he did a couple commercials or some shit here and there, whatever. Well, he was shooting something in Atlanta last year, and so he used to work out at the Lifetime Fitness where my boyfriend worked, and so he was there all the time, like working out, and so I've been there a number of times, and there he is, he's still very on his own business, working out, whatnot. He clearly he's he's handsome, but he definitely like had like regular everyday weight on. You can tell he definitely got back into better shape for the show, or maybe he's filmed this thing. Yeah. But yeah. And Brittany came up there a couple of times, and of course, every time she did, like it was all over social media here. Brittany's here. She's radical. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Small world, I tell you, Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are my hits this week from traders.
Well, all the housewives go up there, by the way.
Oh, they are.
All the housewives.
You mean from Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, all the housewives go up there. Apparently, not Phaedra. Who was the housewife from Atlanta that was on Traders last season?
Phaedra.
Not Phaedra, but it was the other one, Sheree.
Sheree, yep.
Apparently, Sheree is like always up there, and apparently she's like teaching a class too.
Well, I mean, she's very fit. She loves working out.
Oh yeah, no. My bad. Actually, tell me all the time. Like he was like, yeah, she comes every day. Like she's always here. Yeah.
Oh wow. She just can't find a man, but who can?
Join the club, bitch. That's what I'm saying. I said, my man picker ain't the best either, so I ain't got nothing for her. I do not trust my man picker right now either, so I'm stay by my damn self for a while. How about that?
Exactly. Right there with you, Kenny.
By the way, it's not tight. You meet right together, child. Oh, anywho. All right, so let's have the truth fairy get some truth sprinkled on me.
Let's pull it up.
Yes. All right. So, do you still have
I have your picks from last week. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's go through it then. Because I'm curious, and I'll get my thoughts on the games a little bit too. But just like why not? Let's see how close I got because I don't quite remember exactly what my picks were.
Okay. I have like I said, I have those, but you can pull up the actuals.
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So the Chargers and Texas, you had Chargers with 20.
No. Chargers and Vikings.
I have Chargers and Texas.
Okay, you wrote that down wrong then.
Okay. Well, Vikings and Rams.
Yes, Vikings and Rams. Wait, Chargers and Texans. Did you meet?
I thought they played. We watched that game. Maybe I'm wrong.
You got Oh, sorry, I mixed up. Okay, let's start. Okay, Chargers and Texans. You are correct. I'm sorry.
Okay. So we have.
What? They need to stick to wine.
Ooh, it can get you. All right. All right. So Chargers had me and Texas 9.
So obviously that got that one very wrong. So the Texans won that game 32, Chargers 12. Now that being said, they had a lot of help. Because it was a very uncharacteristic. Well, I don't know if it's a characteristic game of Herbert. He threw 4 interceptions, which is a career high for him. So it's really difficult to win any game, let alone a playoff game, if you're going to throw 4 interceptions. So that it's very good defensive scheme. They came and played a very good a very good game. It was in Houston. So it was in So I mean I got that one.
What it is.
I was just thought out wrong. Whatever. I'll get to my thoughts on the game coming up this week next. Go ahead. All right.
Okay. So Steelers and Ravens. You have Ravens winning at 30 and Steelers 34.
I wasn't too bad with that one. The Ravens. I wasn't too bad. That game went about exactly how I thought it would. The Ravens 28, Steelers 14. And really, I think the big thing on that one, which I'll get into more later, as I really like the way that they utilized Derrick Henry. They finally showed why they brought him to Baltimore. 26 carries, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's what they need to do. That two-headed monster with Lamar and Derrick Henry, and right now, and they're much improved secondary on defense, because that was my big question mark for them for a hot second when they went through that small losing streak in the middle of the season. I was like, ooh, this ain't it. But it looked like that squad has improved greatly as the season has gone on. So we've got a battle set up for this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. Damn, there's a lot of games. We have Broncos and the Bills. So you have Bills at 28 and Broncos at 17.
I knew that I fully expected the Bills to win. I didn't think it was going to be like a very close game. I did not expect the Bills to go in there and pull their dick out and stick it on the table.
This is what I'm working with, bitch. Here you go.
What's up?
Man.
I mean, yeah, the Bills came in there and just, I mean, they dominated that game. What I really like to see was a very balanced offense from the Bills, which is not like them. It wasn't so Josh Allen dependent. You spread the wealth around between several receivers, and James Cook, the running back, had a really great game, and I like the way that they're finally starting to lean on that a little bit more too. So, well, a lot more too, I should say, because there's no reason why Josh Allen should be their leading rusher in games like this, especially in the playoffs, which is what you used to see happen a lot.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. We'll get into that in a little bit.
All right. We have Packers and Eagles. You had Eagles at 24 and Packers at 21.
21. Okay, not too bad off on that one. Eagles end up winning 22, Packers 10. And there's this drama that is going on with the Eagles surrounding Nick Sirianni and the relationship with Jalen Hurts. It's kind of weird right now. And I don't get it because like it sounds like a toxic relationship where they're looking for problems when they really shouldn't have any. And I wonder if that's going to eventually catch up to them. Because they can't really, I mean, they don't have a reasonable reason, nothing objective to point to get rid of Nick Sirianni. They're not going to get rid of Jalen Hurts. But they keep winning, so it's not like they can't. So they have to point to something like these bitches don't get along or something like that if they end up doing it.
Right.
But luckily for them, their style of football travels well and it plays well in the playoffs, and it plays well in cold weather. So they're still in good shape. It's just all this noise coming out of campus is art. Whatever.
Well, Nick was on that list. He survived.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. He did.
We have the Commanders and the Buccaneers. You had the Bucs at 31 and Commanders at 26.
Yeah, this is the one I got completely wrong. This is my vow to well, I'm not about anybody, fuck that. But I won't question Josh Daniels again. He has proven to me that he is the real deal, and I think that he is a generational talent, and it's going to be very fun watching what he does in the NFL for that organization. I think that he has the potential to be one of the greats, assuming he stays healthy. And that's a lot to say for a rookie. That's a lot, because I don't get into hyperbole. It's a true theory over here. I don't do that. But yeah, but I don't get caught up in the moment and all that stuff. But this one seems to be the real deal.
Well, listen, you called it. And then the last one was the Vikings and the Rams. Yeah, the Vikings at 24 and the Rams at 23. That was a close one.
It turned out to be not close at all.
I know.
Okay. So yeah, the Rams end up winning 27-9. And I got to talk about Sam Darnold. Because Lord Jesus, I hope that he's on some kind of suicide watch or somebody's watching to make sure that he don't hurt himself, because I have not seen a man play himself out of so much money and opportunity in 2 games so quickly than him. Because going into the wild card round last week, all this talk about Sam Darnold, the future of the Minnesota Vikings. Are they going to bring him back? Is he worth $30+ million? Could he get up into the 50s? Blah, 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 blah. All that shit is gone.
Out the window, sir.
He sat there and took kerosene and lit a match and just threw it on millions of dollars. And God, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt, because the opportunity for him was there. He tried to step up in the pocket. He trying to find receivers, but but to the Rams' credit, like they played excellent defense, but God, he just looked flustered, and he is. I've said it a long time ago, and I really did hope for him. But I think to this point, there's only been one quarterback that's climbed out of my crash test dummy category. And for those who don't know, crash test dummies are ones where we've done the experiment to see who and what kind of player they are. We've gotten the results. We know the answers. Now it's time to just accept it and not think anything different. Kirk Cousins been in that category a long, long time. He may be one of the originals when I first came up with the term.
I was about to say.
He was one of the originals that people still kept saying, Kirk Cousins. I kept telling them, I was like, no, this is who he is. It's the reason why he doesn't win the playoffs. Like, he's mediocre. That's who he is. Dak Prescott, crash test dummy. Like, Brock Purdy, crash test dummy. We just know who they are. Geno Smith, crash test dummy. We know who they are. You'll see flashes of brilliance. He'll make some plays, but he's going to throw the interception. Like
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's going to make the costly mistake. He's gonna do it. And so Sam Darnold, same thing. He's just not that guy under pressure. And it's unfortunate for him. I still think the Vikings will keep him. I don't think they'll franchise tag him. I think that they have a lot more leverage with how much they're willing to pay them to keep him there now. I don't know if he has it, what kind of trade clauses he may have in his contract. The NFL is thirsty for quarterbacks, so he may have a stupid team to throw some money at him. It probably will happen. And sucks for them if they decide to do that. But
exactly. You go see the outcome very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly, like the Falcons, because they didn't listen to me. Anyhow, I'm not bitter.
Wasted investment.
I'm not bitter about it at all. But
that's a gin talking. What you talking about?
Following that Kirk Cousins trap, I'm telling you. Anywho, yeah. So, that's we're divisional. We got divisional playoffs this weekend, and it's a slate of two very, very interesting games. One has potential to be historic, and the other two, a little less interesting. But overall, it's a good slate of games. So I'll start off with the ones that I find the most interesting. And so I already kind of alluded to it, but the Eagles versus Rams. I find this really interesting because there is a matchup dynamic here that I saw them finally talking about on Get Up this morning. That really piqued my interest. It's something that I have been thinking about for a bit. But I just got a little bit more, information behind it. So check this. The Rams have not allowed a running back to rush for over 100 yards in all 12 of Sean McVay's playoff games.
Really?
12 playoff games under Sean McVay, the Rams have not allowed one running back to rush for over 100 yards. Which is it's pretty remarkable stat. Now, why that's important, Jalen Hurts with the Philadelphia Eagles, 6 career playoff games. Won 3, he's lost 3. Okay. In the games that he won, he's only thrown for 154 yards, 131 yards, and 121 yards. On the playoff games that he's lost, he threw for 304 yards, 250, and 230 yards. So what that tells me is that if New England is able, if the Eagles are able to go out there and get Saquon Barkley established in the running game early and control that line of scrimmage, they will win that game. If Saquon Barkley rushes for over 100 yards, I believe the Eagles will win that game, and I think that they will win it pretty handily. If by chance they let the Rams get a lead on them, and they have to rely on Jalen Hurts to throw them into the game to mount a comeback. I think the Eagles are in real trouble. Now, some things to note that bode very well for Philadelphia, I should say.
Here come the fairy.
Yes. The last time that the Philadelphia Eagles and the Rams met in Week 12 of this season, Saquon Barkley rushed for 255 yards. So I could just put that there with no comment.
Exactly. It's facts or facts.
Yeah. So the question becomes, and I'm going to be watching this, I think I'll be received very early in the game. Are they going to set are they going to set the box to try to stop Saquon Barkley? Are they going to commit resources to effectively stop the run and try to dare Jalen Hurts to win the game in the air? It's a decision to make. Because if you commit 7 to 8 people to the run, you could stop the run like that, but it leaves you very vulnerable over the top and over the middle. And so that means, and AJ Brown for the Eagles will be in the game, and he's not one of those people that you can think that you can cover one-on-one. So it's going to be interesting. And the Rams, especially with Puka Nacua in return with the vengeance, their offense seems to be clicking. They've got a very young, scrappy. They're not very big, but they're a young, hungry defense. But that Eagles offensive line is arguably the best in the league. So that it's going to be one in the trenches. You also consider some of the factors. Warm weather team, it's Southern California. They're going to be in Philadelphia in the elements. I know the game time temperature is supposed to be around freezing. Yeah. Quit.
Well, yeah, we good. We got enough snow here in Atlanta. We good.
I broke my pinky. I can't play today. Like, Kenny, you ain't played a game in November since after November in your whole career. And
The way my body working right now.
I told you I was playing domes.
If it's outside, don't count me out.
Right, exactly. Anywho, but yeah, so no, I think that's going to be a good one. But I do think Philadelphia will win that game because, like I said, I just think that their brand of football, if they commit to it, I think it travels well, it plays well in the playoffs, and it's classic. It's I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. And stop me. Old school football. I like it. So I think, So I think Philadelphia will win. I still think it'll stay close, but I'm looking at maybe 2017. I'll say for that game.
Let me make some notes here.
Yeah.
We gonna hold you accountable here.
Yeah. I'll take the Eagles 2017 over the Rams. And again, I see making this shit up. I'm not betting on this shit. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. I'm not betting none of this. I'm just some weird that likes to talk shit. So that's just
well, listen, we should get on Prize Picks. You can get $50 or something.
Listen, I really buy drinks. You buy me a drink.
And it's Friday too.
Listen. Okay. Look, and I'm single again.
Back on the prowl.
No, not that part. Not that part. But no, back in my bed by myself. That's what I am. But like I said, I will take that drink. Thank you.
Oh man. As long as you don't get a beer party, you good. Too much.
Oh God. Anywho, messy ass. Anyway. Oh gosh. Uh. So. I'm gonna jump to the other game that I think obviously is going to be the chance to be a classic of of for the ages. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. I already talked about it. Oh no. Here you go. Bills and Rams.
Okay.
Excuse me. Bills and Ravens. Ugh,
Ravens.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Bills and Ravens.
That's
This was
shitty, bro.
I ain't even put it down yet. Listen. And all this drinking gonna catch up. Yeah.
All right, Bills versus Ravens. What you got?
I worked out this morning. It's fine. Anywho. No, this one is such a high stakes game, and it's just all kinds of like just sports drama and what Lamar Jackson has the weight of the world on his shoulders because the monkey that he can't get off his back is the fact that he can't win the big games in the playoffs, which is absolutely true. He's got all the accolades, he's got all the placards, he's got the MVPs, he's got the awards, all this stuff. He's got the respect, but he's got that stigma, like that thing that he can't win the big playoff game. Now, Josh Allen, on the same hand, doesn't have all the same accolades, but he's regarded as arguably either this. Some will consider him the best. Most will consider him the second best behind Patrick Mahomes, but he's universally respected, universally loved. But he's won some of the big games. However, the stigma that's following him is this game decides which one of them gets another shot at the boogeyman. The boogeyman is Patrick Mahomes. Neither one of them is. Neither one of them can get past him.
Yeah.
This is the slugfest to decide, okay, which one of y'all is gonna get a shot at the one that haunts your dreams.
Literally haunts your dreams at night.
Literally haunts their dreams. Literally haunts you because they can't get past it. You know? And I think both teams seem to be peaking at the right time. It's gonna be it's gonna be a really good one. I think it's gonna get a high number. I think generally most people are looking forward to this. Now to get back to what I was saying earlier, I want to see this to be a Derrick Henry game. I want them to show me this is the difference between that shit game that they played last year to get themselves put out by the Chiefs last year. I'm talking about the Ravens because the Ravens had just all the expectations of the world. They said this is the year. This is the year the Ravens are going to get past the Chiefs. This is what I'm talking about last year, of course, because they had the Chiefs at home in Baltimore, had this historic offensive season, all this stuff, and then they get in that game, and all of a sudden they want to turn into some West Coast run and gun air raid offense. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's completely lost our identity. And I just don't know what happened. I don't know if that was a part of the game plan. God hope I hope it's not. But this one, I hope they realize, okay, you brought this 6'5", 250-pound man in there for a reason. Use him.
Like, do not make a repeat of last year. Like, you got to learn from your mistakes.
Do not go out on your shield and your brand. Like, make it happen because this is it right here. Like, Derrick Henry, put up or shut up, earn your money because this is what they brought you in here to do. The Bills love to play a too high safety defense. But they've got some linebackers that just returned, so they're getting more healthy on defense. So it's going to be really interesting. Now, this is in Buffalo.
Okay.
It's another one of those games that I'll be sitting my black ass in the hotel.
Like, no, ain't no tailgate for me.
Oh no, there ain't enough tequila in this world to get me drunk enough to be out there tailgating in Buffalo. In fact, I'm about to look up the weather, the expected weather
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's upstate New York too.
upstate New York.
That's Canada, damn near.
Oh goodness, let me see. I can't remember if they play on Saturday. I'm sure they probably. I'm sure this game's Sunday night football, but let me come real quick because I don't want to tell
Once you see the weather, make your predictions.
Oh no, I mean I already have my thoughts on it. Like, no, because like it's Baltimore is not a warm weather team. So, I just think the game's going to suck.
It's just gonna be brick outside.
It's going to be, okay. So, yeah. So, let's see here. Um, ooh, okay. So, it says 20 degrees, the high of 20.
No, girl, no. That's the high. Hell no.
High of 20.
Hell of a fuck
with a low of 10 degrees. Again, this game will be at 6:30 p.m. 24% chance of some kind of precipitation. And it looks like they're expecting rain and snow the day before. So Saturday is supposed to be a high of 40, low of 18, 96% chance of rain and snow. It's going to be snow. And then the next day on Sunday drops to 20 degrees. And that's the high.
Yeah.
So by the time 6 o'clock runs, the 6:30 rolls around, it's
it's gonna be in the teens.
It's gonna be in the teens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, fuck my life. Like I'm good. Now,
what's your score? What's the score you can give? So I can make notes.
So here is the interesting thing, and I finally heard somebody. I noticed this years ago. Because I fancy myself a running back aficionado because that was a position that I played in high school.
Right.
Humble brag, but it's a position I loved. I loved running backs when I was a boy. I was a big Jerome Bettis fan. Barry Sanders, like those are the players that I was, drawn to. So Derrick Henry, he's big, but he's not a bruiser like people thinks he is. He's not like a 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of running back. He's not a Natron Means. He's not an Ironhead Hayward. He's not Jerome Bettis. Like he's not going to put his head down and run through your face. He's not a Marshawn Lynch, nothing like that. If you get him before he gets his momentum started in the backfield or disrupt him in the backfield, you can bring him down. Like he's still big as fuck, but he's not gonna run through your face right out the handout. The brilliance of Derrick Henry is that all you need is 1 or 2 blocks to spring him to the secondary. If you get him to the secondary, it's a wrap. And because he's extraordinarily fast for his size, and he's agile. Like and his stiff arm is legendary.
Straight to the face.
Oh yeah. Like go do yourself a favor if you go on YouTube and just see some of his greatest hits. Like he just like balls people back there. So the question becomes is like, but in this weather, are you going to be able to get him to that second level? It's still Lamar Jackson. He's going to be the best athlete on the field. So this one's tough. This one's really, really hard to bet because on the flip side, the Bills are at home. And this balanced offense that they finally figured out, hey, we don't have to just make Josh Allen put on the cape and win every game for us, is working very well for them, and they're getting healthier on defense. They have some linebackers return. So I am going to guess with my heart on this one because I know I'm gonna make it gay.
You're being sensitive today. Here we go.
Being sensitive because I'm serious. I'm serious because Lamar Jackson has earned my respect, and I want this so bad for him. I want Lamar Jackson to win this game. I want this to be his year. I really do. So I just hope he doesn't turn into what he turns into when he gets, and he's admitted it to his credit. He deserves a lot of respect for being vulnerable and humble about this. And he just said, I get in these games, I tighten up. He said, I turn into something that I'm not. He said, I get too excited. He recognizes that, yeah, his performance changes when he gets in these games, and now it's time to really shed himself of that, or it's going to plague him his whole career. And he'll be a Hall of Famer. He'll go down as one of the greats. But it's just like Dan Marino, who's regarded me with the best throwers of a football to ever live. But most people don't know that because he never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, laces out.
Yeah.
Do you get my reference there?
I know your reference, girl. I'm laughing because that's what I'm talking about. Like you heard Dan Marino, you think Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
I know he's done more than that, but that's like my favorite.
I mean, it is what it is. Like it's fine. Yeah. He got a check for that. Like I don't know. I wonder if he gets because that's got to be some kind of royalties behind that.
Oh, for sure.
Anywho, all right.
What's your number? What you
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna go. I don't expect a lot of field goal. 24-20.
Who?
Ravens.
Ravens 24?
Yep.
Ooh, all right.
Okay. Lions and Commanders these are the two less touted games, but they're significant. But Lions and Commanders, the Lions are just a much more talented team. Although there are a lot of questions about injuries on their defense, the only way for the Commanders to really win this game or really make this like make this a game. I'll be watching to see how they start. The Commanders come out fast, and I mean they need to come out fast, punch them in the mouth, score, put the Lions behind, and try to put the pressure on them. Then it make it interesting. But if the Lions come out, commanding line of scrimmage, commanding the football, marching down the field on their first or second possession, it's gonna be a wrap. Like that'd be it. So. I expect that to happen. It's in Detroit. They're going to be ravenous up there. Yeah, they're gonna be ravenous. So I'm thinking like I don't think it's gonna be close. I say somewhere along the lines of 31-21. That's a random ass score, but I felt like maybe something random.
With Commanders or the Lions?
So yeah,
the Lions leading.
Yeah, Lions. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. Lastly, the Chiefs versus the Texans again. The Chiefs.
Texans been in it.
Not this week, honey.
It's like y'all have Beyonce, man. Now it's time to calm it down.
Right. It's like y'all had y'all moment, but it's over now because I mean, like the Chiefs. The Chiefs in the last last 6 divisional playoff rounds that they've been in, they're 6-0. Patrick Mahomes has thrown 13 touchdowns in those 6 games, 0 interceptions. He just the Texans are beat up. Word is now their running back Joe Mixon may not even play. I know that Houston's front 7 is very good, and they're very good at putting pressure on quarterback. That is the only wild card in this game. Is the Chiefs have been having a lot of problems with protecting Patrick Mahomes, especially with the loss of their left tackle. But I don't think that any of that will amount to any hill of beans in this game. I just don't see it being very close. I think there's I forget. I know the Chiefs are favored big in this one. I think that they'll win big in this one. I'll say 21-7.
Oh, okay. Damn, Texans. Y'all ain't get the field goal.
I'll be nice. 21-10. 21-10.
Okay.
Fine. Shit.
Oh man,
Okay.
hilarious.
All right. Let's talk some other BS. Get out of here because, and I'm curious because I think that what are your thoughts on this? Because the zeitgeist of the day is everybody clamoring over the idea of Deion Sanders going to the coach the Dallas Cowboys. And all of this is a lot of conjecture. It's a lot of, this person's reporting this person, et cetera, blah, blah. But, when there's smoke, that there's fire. And I'd like to point out that it was an episode we did weeks ago, and you asked me what can the Dallas Cowboys do, and I said, do whatever you need to do to bring Deion Sanders to Dallas. Didn't I say that?
You did.
So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I think Dallas does need a change of leadership. I'm not sure if it's on coaching side or just like in general, but
well, let me stop right there. You are correct. They need a change of ownership, but you can't force that because it belongs to them. But you are right. You're very intuitively are correct about that. They need a big change, but you can't take the man's team. So I guess the best thing you can do is coach. But anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, are they thinking like head coach or
no, head coach?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. He's had experience, but I don't know if it's enough to do a whole NFL team.
Yeah. I think that is so. There's a couple of layers here. From the entertainment business side of it. Will it be interesting? Will it be something that I'll be talking about probably all next season? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always definitely, it's delicious. Yeah, it really is. So from that standpoint, yeah, absolutely. From a football standpoint, I'll start from Deion Sanders' standpoint. Do you want that job? Because Jerry Jones has created a complete dumpster fire. That team is not going to be good, and they're not going to be hosting any Lombardi trophies for a long time, as long as they are stuck in that Kirk Cousins trap that they've created for themselves because they paid Dak Prescott all that money. They are stuck in a Kirk Cousins trap, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Yes, they are.
They cash for. They running on credit.
Well, I mean, it's a salary cap league. So if you're gonna do that, like that is the kiss of death in the modern NFL. If you get yourself in a Kirk Cousins league, Kirk Cousins trap. For those of y'all who didn't hear it when I made the definition of it, when you get desperate and you pay premium money for a mediocre quarterback, you are done. Like, because you are stuck under the yoke of that contract and you cannot build a team around it, and you don't have a quarterback who's good enough to erase the blemishes. And that is what the Dallas Cowboys will be. Not to mention, they're going to try to pay Michael Parsons. They're going to try to pay CeeDee Lamb. And so what you're going to end up with is a team made up of the Bad News Bears and 3 All-Stars.
That's the Bad News Bears.
So they're going to be the Bad News Bears. Hey, you want to go try out for Dallas? We can probably make it.
Oh, listen. I'm on the sideline with the cheerleaders.
Listen.
Give me a pair of boots. I'll be right there.
I'll be the bitch with water bottles. It's like.
Oh my God. So when is well, if it's going to be decided, when will it be decided?
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
All this is conjecture. There's a lot of moving parts. All the other NFL teams are hiring their coaches. Like Sean Vrabel went to the New England Patriots. He was probably the biggest name that was out there. We don't know what Mike McCarthy is going to do, but it's looking like he's being courted by the Chicago Bears. So we just don't know. But also just on the football side of it, we don't know who Coach Prime is. It's like, take a step back. away from like handsome, charismatic, showman. Like he's one of my idols. Like prime time, like shit to me. I had his poster on my wall when I was in high school. I loved him because he was like like more for the baseball because I would love baseball back then. But at the end of the day, he's a 500 a 500 record college football coach. We don't know what he's going to be in the NFL. What I know for a fact, what he isn't is some kind of brilliant offensive, tactician or whatnot, but he doesn't have to be. Maybe he's a good CEO and a leader of men or whatnot, because we see that's working in Detroit with Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell ain't nobody's white dry erase board drawing out some elaborate offensive scheme. Hell no. Hell no. Dan, trust me, Dan Campbell is not doing that. If you want to go watch one of his press conferences, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
No,
he looks like he eats steamers. But
come up with this, Brett.
That's just getting tipsy and that shit's going up in my mouth.
Oh my gosh, that shit was funny.
Honestly, I don't even think I'm I'm very funny, but people just start laughing and be like, oh, okay, I guess that was funny.
It just be off the Richter scale sometimes. I'm what?
Well, believe me, I was like, I don't make none of this up before I get here. I just get in here and just like this talk. These are my thoughts. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but anywho, so yeah, we don't know what Deion Sanders head coach in NFL is going to be. That's not uncommon, but we really, really don't have a sample size for him at all. But on the flip side, good for him. I mean, you talk about a come up, like, starting off as just like a first time head coach at Jackson State and going to Colorado and turning around that program, making it relevant, and then possibly going to the NFL, to not only going to the NFL, but possibly arguably the biggest franchise in the league.
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's good for him.
Yeah. Again, all this conjecture, I'll just be like pulling shit our ass anyway, and none of this could happen. But like I said, I'm one that firmly believes if there's smoke, there's fire, and we'll see. Because Jerry Jones likes to splash and he likes to show, and this would be the splashiest thing that he could do, period. So
yeah, he wants to bring out the stallion.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. It ain't Megan, but it's gonna be something.
Who knows? Who knows? No, I'm just saying, because if you go, go now, if you ever watch a Colorado football game, first of all, it's hilarious. It is hilarious to me. Going to sports bars on Saturdays, college football Saturdays, and because I went several times this season to go watch Alabama, and seeing all these black people in there with Colorado down and going, I'm like, y'all really are going in for Deion Sanders, because I know ain't near one of y'all has stepped foot in Colorado.
Especially not now, not with this weather.
Exactly. And so I have no reason to believe that the same thing would not happen if he goes to Dallas. It would be it would be huge. It really would. It would be huge. I think he will be beloved, and there's a good chance that we could see Megan Thee Stallion like opening day in AT&T Stadium, parking the ass on the 50-yard line. Like, why not?
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Listen, if we called it, we called it.
Yeah.
So we gonna see.
All right. So one last thing I want to talk about, because I just heard about this actually before we started recording, so I'm glad that I was able to fit it in.
Okay.
I always marvel. I'm still marveling at how much name, image, and likeness has changed. Fundamentally, how fast college football as a league and a sport has changed so quickly. And it's people can argue whether for better or for worse. Purists, moralists, obviously anything that changes, they think it's been broke. I'm not one of those people. I like to stay relevant.
Yes.
But also there's a common sense aspect of it too. So anyways, I say Carson Beck, who was the quarterback for University of Georgia Bulldogs, and of course he got injured during their playoff run and whatnot. Have you heard about this?
I have.
Yes. So instead of declaring for the NFL draft, This man is going to make $10 million to go play for 1 year. Well, I think he may have, I don't know how much eligibility he has left. Because I think
it's Miami, right?
Yeah, the University of Miami. $10 million.
I saw that.
They're
making TikTok videos.
$10 million to go and play 1 year at the University of Miami. Let me say this out loud.
Well, that's the camera out.
Right. Just picture this. Picture this. The year is 2025. I am 22 years old. They just gave me $10 million to go live in Miami and play football for a college. What?
Bitch, you on a yacht. You on a yacht at this point. You spending money.
Are you kidding me? Because he's not he's not rated very highly to draft in NFL. So if he would have gone to NFL to what? To make about $700,000 to hold a clipboard and be a backup in Cleveland, Ohio. No,
yep.
Fuck that.
Go to Miami. Get the 10 mil. That's
no
crazy.
brainer. No brainer. And you're going to see this a lot more. You're going to see this. And so the thing is that the reason why it's good for the sport is the opposite of what you see in college basketball. Players are going to stay in longer. Like, they're going to stay in longer. The quality of the actual play is going to be better because they're going to have older, more developed and mature players staying in the league to play. Because they're making more. A lot of them are going to make more money doing that than they could in the NFL. They're going to stay and use this eligibility up for all it's worth if they can, and if it's lucrative to them. And I'm like, hey, more power to them. Now, again, as I talked about last year, there are going to be some programs that are going to really suffer. Alabama, I'm looking at you. I'm wearing your hat. But girl, we in trouble. Because we ain't got it like that, like Miami does, to be like, hey, you want $10 million for this second-rate quarterback, by the way, because Josh Beck.
One motherfucker.
One. And like, and let's not act like he's some kind of one, no, what he is a serviceable senior, and they're about to lose Cam Ward, and they're trying to keep that momentum that they had from this season. And that's all this is about. But good for that young man, and God, I have no words. I'm jealous.
I'm speechless.
I have no words. Like quite literally. I mean, and to be honest with you, if you do it right and you play your cards right, you go play this year, collect your $10 million, and you never have to work a day in your life.
24 retired, whatever. That's only for a year, so he'll be 23.
He might be the most. I mean, he might be 23 years old. He's probably somewhere around 22.
Doesn't it? I thought I saw something too. I thought or his girlfriend goes there too, and now like reunited.
His girlfriend's like some social media influencer or some shit like that.
Oh my gosh.
Probably some let me not talk about this girl. I don't know her. Like I was about
not
to
worth my time. Not worth my time.
No, it's worth my time. I was about to get real offensive, and I don't even know this girl, so let me not even start. But I have an idea, a vision. I bet y'all do too, of what she is. If you may know who she is, but I don't. What she is and what she looks like and what she's about. And I'm just like, But our man just made $10 million, so hey, I'm gonna shut my fat ass up.
But it also made $10 million in Miami, so let's see how long that lasts.
Listen, no state income tax.
Crazy.
I'm just saying, like, hey, look, you can put $8.5 million of it, go to a financial advisor, a wealth manager. Here, take this 8.5 million. Make sure I never have to work again. Then take that last 1.5 and have a blast.
Exactly. We on a yacht, bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm talking about the amount of shit I would like to please. By the end of the season, they'd be like, "Are you still alive?" I'm here.
It's an off-season. Yes.
Right.
Crazy.
Okay. I'm running out of time. Okay. So anyway, I guess there is a championship coming up on Monday. I should talk about it, but
it's here in Atlanta. It's here in Atlanta.
Down the street from my house.
Yeah. Are we going or not? We
Yes,
tailgating.
I was just about to say. I was like, tune in. We're gonna do some. We're gonna go out there and just do some live footage. I didn't figure out a microphone situation.
I
They're
think
not
we can
that.
order. Yeah, you can order like a clip one. I'll
Yeah,
see
they're
what
not
they have on
expensive.
Amazon.
They're not expensive. We don't have time to order because it's on Monday, but we could just. I'm pretty sure we can
Oh
grab for
shit.
Best Buy.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll do with that later. But yeah. But I think that Ohio State bought and paid for this championship a long time ago, which is the reason why I haven't found it as interesting as people are trying to make it. They're trying to make me feel like I should be interested, like on sports talk and all that stuff. But it's like, come on. I mean, they've got 14 5-star recruits. Notre Dame has one. There's just be a bunch of NFL bodies against some NFL bodies. Yes, Notre Dame has the character and you have the coach and all that stuff, but bigger and faster doesn't get smaller and slower. And that's what Ohio State is. So I fully think they are favored by 9 points in the sports
Ooh.
books, which isn't like, and I think that's going to be very apropos. I don't think it'll be close. I think Marcus Freeman would do his best to I think he'll come up with a good offensive team. I think they'll be motivated. I think they'll play their hearts out. I think it'll be close. They may even lead for a little bit. I'll venture to say that in the first half, and I think in the second half, Ohio State's going to take control of the game and run with it. That's what's going to happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see a lot of red then here.
It's going to be a lot of both because I will say both of those programs travel. So we're going to see both of those programs travel well. So it's going to be a lot of Irish fans. It's going to be a lot of Buckeyes here. They will be here in full effect all this weekend. So we're gonna see a lot. So it should be fun. I took a look. I was hoping they were doing a parade, but they're not. But yeah, they're doing the concert series. There was nobody there that I was interested in. So I think the headliners. I think the headlines were Lil Wayne and
I did see that.
Yeah, Camila Cabello and Camila Cabello's the other headliner.
Yeah. I mean, Camilla's okay for the gays, but Lil Wayne, I'm good.
I don't know her music. Maybe the young gays know her. I'm an old bitch. I don't know her like that. So.
Oh my God, hilarious. Well, we don't have any no questions from the listeners, but I have one.
Okay.
I just want to get your thoughts on March Madness will now pay women's teams under the new contract structure for the NCAA.
I say it's about goddamn time.
Exactly. I'm like, I didn't even know they were getting the pay.
No. Well, no. I mean, not only were they not getting paid, but their accommodations were considerably worse than the men. And this really came to a point last year, and I forget the young ladies who really started putting them black. I think Angel Reese was a big part of it too.
Yeah, she probably was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese was a big part of it too. But they started showing posting videos and stuff like these are accommodations that they're giving us, and they were showing like their workout facilities and their meals and stuff like that as compared to what the men were getting. And it was like, okay, all that aside, you could at least give them the same, level of accommodations, but they weren't even doing that. So that caused a huge uproar, and that was like a big thing. And then also, somewhat unrelated, but unfortunately, they were also, some of these legislators were forced to put up or shut up because they're making this big fucking stink about, protecting women's sports from trans women, this and that. And a lot of people very appropriately pointed out, you clearly don't give a fuck about women's sports because look what you subject them to, and you don't treat them equally. So shut it. So there was a lot of pressure on them to do something different this year. You see that now with the WNBA. This I think Rivals tournament that's about to start. That there's some of the players put together or whatnot, which looks really interesting. I don't think Caitlin Clark's involved in this, is she? I know Angel Reese is playing.
Yeah, I haven't seen Caitlin on there. She's kind of quiet, you know what I mean? She's just like, I know I've been a center of attention, but I also know that I know when to back the fuck up because I know I have a privilege.
Well, unfortunately for her, I think that she recognizes that people want to put her in the middle of culture wars, and she never asked for that. She
Yeah,
just wants to
exactly.
play basketball, and I've always respected her for that. Like, she's like, I didn't ask for all this. She's just there to play basketball. I'm completely fine with her talking shit. I love her swag. I love all. Continue to do it. I support her for all that. And I respect her, but but like what people keep putting on her is extremely unfair, and I've
It
recognized
is.
that, and she's handled it as best as any young person possibly could. So good for her.
Exactly. We'll see. But I don't know why I gotta wait till March.
Because that's when it's literally called March Madness, girl.
I know. I'm just saying, like, they should have been done this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you are correct, but no, yeah, it's there was a lot of pressure that since last year. So, but that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So tell them where they can find us. 'Cause I would love to get some questions.
Yes. So we're on Spotify at Sports Talk with a Chris List. Also on Instagram, you guys have been very lively on Instagram, so follow us there. And watch our YouTube channel. Y'all want to see our pretty faces? Like, come on. It's the same thing. It's Sports Talk with a Chris List on YouTube.
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know. Show some love. I love it. Like, engaged. As you can tell, like, as aptly pointing out, yeah, I like to talk shit. It's fine. I got opinions, and if I don't know, I'll make it up.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, that hasn't really happened. When we've gotten a question and I didn't know what they were talking about. So, yeah, that's a humble brag on my part. Anywho, what do you look for this weekend?
Well, I'm about to see you in a couple, like an hour.
Yeah, we got about an hour about to go see one of those. What's some movie called again? I forgot already.
One of them days.
One of them days. I'm so excited about this movie. I feel like it's going to be like this generation's Friday. It looks so funny, so I'm excited. Keke Palmer and SZA, shout out to y'all. I'm looking forward to this movie. Definitely going to catch some of these games this weekend. I'm thinking about catching a drag brunch on Sunday. But I haven't decided quite yet. But yeah, other than that, it's been a lovely episode. I'm feeling good. About to go take my dog out and then get cute and meet up with Afton and them.
Say it echo for me.
I will. But for those for the listeners, I just hope you all know how much doing this little humble podcast warms my heart. I enjoy doing it. It's fun, and I hope that you all enjoy listening and really, really understand and believe me when I say, because I mean it sincerely from the bottom of my heart, that this is a place of acceptance and joy and all that. And so when I say it, I mean it. Sports is for everyone, including